Okay, well, okay, this is I did a thing. He farmed crabs in his garage. Was it worth it? Crabs. Are crabs valuable? Something I don't know about? Okay.
Now, I'm sure every single one of you watching has at some point thought about making or selling drugs.
No.
And I definitely have. A lot.
One for you, one for me.
Already the grippers are out. I missed it. Oh my god, I forgot. Wait, is he eating one of this? What is he planting? Can be. Oh, feed guy. It's a feed guy.
But it's illegal, which is why every other YouTuber out there has their boring legal side hustle. Mr. Beast sells crappy chocolates to kids. Logan Paul sells shitty drinks to kids. Dude Perfect sells clothes, probably made by kids to kids. And Marcus Dribble? And I don't want to sell shit to kids. I want to sell to the most profitable market out there. Chinese men. Which is why today I'm going to try farming something else that grows right out of the dirt. Mud crabs. In a mud crab hotel in my garage and see how much...
Mud crab hotel. Nice calling out others. Ballsy, I wouldn't do it. Those poor crabs. I was gonna say, is this like okay for them? Do they have enough? I mean, I know it's like farmed crabs, but like, is this enough space for them?
much money I can make selling them, and then compare it to growing drugs. Okay, now throughout this whole process, I'm going to be tracking all of it. How much money I spend on materials, the crabs, food for them, and how much time and effort it takes. Now,
still barefoot.
The first thing I'm going to need is crabs, which lucky for me, your mum already gave me, but I need bigger ones. And I live right next to this muddy creek, which...
Ew. Crabs are pretty chill about space, if I remember correctly. Really? Okay.
Based on this sign, I'm guessing there's mud crabs around. And usually you would have to pay for bait, but I'm just going to use this fish I shot earlier. And that's the best thing about fishing. With every fish you catch, you also get a buy one, get one free crab.
Huh.
So after leaving the traps out into the night, I got these undersized crabs, which are perfect to grow in the hotel, but I'm not legally allowed to take them. And I'm looking for crabs that are barely legal, as the idea is that the young ones grow quicker. So at the moment at 500 grams is worth around $20, give or take market value and how hungry the buyer is. But they grow at an amazing rate, meaning this crab could more than double its size in 3 months. So the longer I keep them and feed them and resist eating them, the more money I make. So I kept putting crab traps out and bringing in crabs, and if I caught a fish, I put them back in the trap to catch more crabs. And so far this is looking pretty good. I kind of have a perpetual motion crab trap machine. But after 3 days of crabbing, I only caught 3 crabs. So I bought 7 more from the market.
Well, you gotta spend money to make money, am I right? One pinch you'll be in some pain. Yeah, this is a hard pass for me. Crabs are... I'm fine with crabs, but there's a part of me that also like is kind of grossed out by them because it kind of reminds me of like bugs, kind of, if you catching my drift. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea.
Now I just need somewhere to put them, which I probably should have figured out before my car was filled with crabs. But luckily I do have this fish tank lying around that Alexa and I bought when we wanted to make a Chinese restaurant. So now I just need to buy a bunch of separate drawers. And you're probably wondering, why do you need separate drawers for the crabs? Just chuck them all in the big tank you have. But here's the thing about mud crabs. They are dickheads. And if left by themselves, they'll commit every crime known to man on each other, including cannibalism, incest, genocide, and even grand theft auto. So I need to keep these creepy guys apart. The drawers also make...
Really? How do they survive? I don't want to know. Put out some cheese, will we catch you? What? No. He's got a knife.
Giving them an even amount of food easier and makes cleaning the tanks easy. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I installed these tap things in each drawer that will make the water level equal in each of them and circulate all the water. Okay, and usually when setting up a tank, you need to spend months being...
Wait, wouldn't that have a terrible effect if it's being filtered from top to the bottom? So wouldn't the top one be the cleanest and the bottom one be like not the cleanest? Crabs are actually pretty chill though. I don't know any chill crabs. I'm just kidding. Well, see, I'm learning about crabs. Let's go.
An autistic fish nerd getting the right bacteria to grow in the tank, which will eat all the crab shit before you add your animals. But I reckon if I just steal a bunch of rocks and water from the river they came from, I won't have to do that, as the rocks are already covered in good bacteria. Also, stealing the water means I don't have to buy any salt or muck around with pH or anything.
Not a suspicious looking barrel at all.
But after talking about how smart I am for stealing rocks, I also added this biomedia and bacteria starter kit just because it can't hurt, which cost me around $100. $100. And so far, I've spent $100 on the filter, $40 on the drawers, $120 on the heaters, $250 on the crabs, $100 on these taxidermy Ninja Turtle.
Are those frogs in a turtle? Is that a turtle? They look like frogs. That's okay.
Frogs, and the piping and stuff I stole from Bunnings, so I'm $610 in the hole, which when you compare that to buying a small grow house system, it's much cheaper so far. But I don't know if the system is going to work, and the idea is all the crab waste comes out through the bottom here into these sponges which catch all the big stuff. Then it goes through all this porous rock filled with good bacteria that eat all the piss and shit. Then it goes over the river rocks and gravel and back up here and just repeats, which doesn't work, as the water comes out of the pump a lot quicker than it can get out of these holes. And now the drawer is overfilling. So I just poked some holes in the pipe until the flow level went down, which was actually my plan all along, as it also aerates the water. Okay, I can finally get the crabs out of my car. And after almost losing a finger getting all 10 crabs into all the drawers, I remembered I need to take them all out again to weigh them. And the first guy came in very heavy at 1,077 grams, which is too fat. But the creek I got him from doesn't have a good return policy, so hopefully I can still make him gain weight. So the total weight of them is 8.25 kilos, with the biggest crab weighing 1,077 grams and the smallest being 605 grams. So my money is on the smallest guy gaining the most weight. Alright, let me tell you the specs of this baby. This right here is a water-cooled mud crab. Tolerates between 19 and 29 degrees water. You can pay extra for the protection plan, which gives you metal calcium armor, meaning they are super hardy and come with a 6-month money-back guarantee.
Okay.
These babies will eat whatever you give them. Prawns, fish, carrots, their own poo, literally anything. And with this 10-core Deca system, I should be doubling my money in no time. What I've also kind of created by accident is the crab version of the human centipede. See, the guy on the top is...
That's what I was saying. I was gonna say, if it's being filtered and just poured into the next one with no other filter, crab specs, I'm curious if he's gonna make a profit, but he said most of them are kind of already big. Yeah, so he's already $600 down for the filters, the crabs, and all the other, like, stuff.
Alright, but the guy below him gets all his piss and shit, then this guy gets all their piss and shit, and it just repeats all the way down. It's just a big piss and shit hotel, kind of like the Hilton in Sydney. Alright, a lot of them seem quite stressed out, especially the 7 I bought from the Sydney fish market. And the conditions at the market really weren't great. The crabs were piled on top of each other in styrofoam boxes in a hot room, with lots of kids lined up to poke the crabs in the eyes. Plus they weren't eating and they were drying out, so I thought a bit of food might help them. So I cut up some salmon I speared into slices and gave it a go. And according to these Indonesian men online, I am meant to follow the American diet and feed them 10% of their body weight a day, which for most of the crabs is 80 grams, the equivalent of me eating 9 kilos a day. So this guy grabbed it and started eating straight away, but the others weren't interested. But I thought they might be shy, so I turned off the lights and left them overnight.
Oh no. Think he'll recoup the money? I don't know. I feel like crabs is kind of finicky. Like it's not taking into effect that some of them might not grow much. Some of them might not eat. Some of them might not adapt to like the water. I don't really know. Like you guys are saying crabs are pretty hardy, but I don't know.
Wakey, wakey.
In the morning, I was hoping to see the remaining food missing.
That guy didn't eat his food.
Hmm.
Guy what? Yes, he is. That guy didn't eat his food. Oh my God.
But something else went missing.
What?
A whole ass crab. It must have squeezed out of this gap, which I should have closed.
No.
He totally just crawled away. Oh, where he
How much was the crab again? Minus money there. Oh, he's down money already. Not getting money for that one if it's gone.
been? I'll leave him here. That's a crab.
He just crawled out of the garage.
He totally got out. Yeah. He's in here. He's in here. Oh my God.
And I'm really lucky that I found the crab, and he didn't do the most obvious thing and slip under the garage door.
I was gonna say, that's so much space. He's like, oh, I left the drawer open, but like, you left the drawer open and the garage door is open. If you think about if this works, the first 2 badges, he would lose money, but after this, he would start to make profit because he can keep reusing the equipment. True, if he keeps with it. Considering I'm assuming he's not doing this more than like 1 day, or you know, one run, so 3 months. Houdini crab be worth bank though. Think of the magic shows. He could probably make more money auctioning it off to like his viewers. And be like, oh yeah, this crab's the one that escaped. Buy him now. Freedom.
Crawl down the road, hop on a bus, and go to the RSPCA where it reports me for crimes against crabs. Instead, it just sat next to the heater in the sump tank all night. So only 4 of the crabs ate their food. So I cleaned out all the gunk, which there's actually heaps of, and now my whole garage kind of smells like a fish shop.
Yeah.
Okay, after letting them chill out for like 6 hours, I decide to feed them again. But I'm going to try something fancier to see if they like it. The same fish, but this time it's more stinky. And I really thought it would be easier to get mud crabs to eat, but some of them would only eat if I hold the food in front of their face for like 10 seconds and just wiggle it around. And more crabs ate their food, probably like 6 out of 10. All 3 from the creek are eating, but 4 of the market ones don't want to. And the market ones actually seem to hate food so much that they trick me into thinking they're going to eat it. Then when I look away, they just push the food into the corner. Especially this fat guy on the top, who hasn't touched his food at all and barely moves.
Huh.
Alright, the fish and piss smell was getting way too strong, so I turned on this fan, which I stole from a marijuana grow house,
What?
and tried feeding them again. But this time I'm going to rub garlic on the fish, as I heard somewhere that they like the stinkiness.
They like garlic? Fun fact, the crab probably wanted the heat, that's why he got out. Yeah, I'm assuming he's too cold, maybe?
And as soon as I gave the fish to this guy, he started doing a handstand for some reason.
Huh?
They do weird shit sometimes.
Is he okay?
Guy doing a handstand. And by some miracle it worked. For every crab except the traumatized guy. But at least he is moving around a lot more. And you know, I'm already learning stuff about crabs that I didn't know. Like I had no idea when they eat, the big claws just hold the food in front of their face, and then like a scene from a horror movie, 6 tiny little hands come out of their face and start ripping apart the food, which is very similar to how Americans eat.
True. It's true. That is 100% how... The piss garage. I thought I was impressive having a piss jug. This guy has a piss garage. Dang.
And the piss smell just keeps getting worse. It's like a wet market in here. So I stole 200 litres from Sydney Harbour, sucked all the crab shit into my mouth,
Ew!
and then changed the water. And I don't know if Sydney Harbour's water is the healthiest, as it's filled with microplastics and heavy metals. But if I'm already filled with microplastics, then I want the crabs to be as well.
You could not catch me sucking up crab poop and... bleh. Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw up. They do enjoy garlic, strangely? What the? Crabs? Okay, crabs got good taste. Garlic is delicious.
And all the crabs seem to be getting much more lively, and they're attacking me every time I try to feed them. And I thought that after feeding them for 5 days, there would be a little bit more respect. But then again, I am keeping them captive in tiny drawers in a piss hotel, so maybe not.
I get money!
Okay, before we go any further with the mud crabs, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Odoo. Managing these mud crabs is burning a hole in my productivity and would have been much easier if I used Odoo, an all-in-one business management software that provides entrepreneurs like me with a range of applications to simplify the day-to-day management of their business, including invoicing, accounting, project management, website creation, and more. Odoo keeps pace with your evolution, allowing you to add additional applications as you grow and your needs change. Let's say I need to pay a fishmonger for bringing me crab food. I can do this easily with Odoo, as Odoo's invoicing app allows you to manage and track your invoices electronically. It only takes a few seconds to create your first invoice, add your customer details, the products or services you're changing, along with the quantity, and then specify the payment and billing terms. Once a customer has received an Odoo invoice, they'll be redirected to a portal that will let them pay it using whatever payment method suits them best. You can easily track the status of the invoice in Odoo's invoicing app and be notified when it goes from unpaid to paid. So go to my link in the description and get your first Odoo application free for life.
I hope the fire like oh no, it's gonna flood.
Something went very wrong. I'm not sure if you can tell what, but there is meant to be water inside this tank, and not just burnt heating filaments.
And it's obviously been wet. And I don't know if you can tell, all this metal is rusty. How does my lathe get that rusty? What over here? What over there? What over here?
What?
What happened?
How can something rust that fast? Was it like a night? What the poor crabs? Well, are they flooded or his garage flooded? How does metal rust that fast?
And I'm guessing what happened was that either a crab or his food got stuck inside the water outlet and then the drawer filled up. And I say that because there is currently a piece of food stuck inside the water outlet.
One piece of meat gets stuck on the pipe. The whole garage floods.
Luckily, the crab somehow didn't die even after not having filtered water for 2 days. And there's a valuable lesson in this, kids. Don't go away camping for 2 days and let your young...
He went away camping for 2 days? I mean, dang, I hope they're okay. It's definitely the salt. Oh, but like they would rust that fast? 2 days?
younger brother look after your mud crabs. So I stole some more water from the harbour and filled it back up, and then tried feeding them something different as a reward for almost killing them, and gave them liver, giblets, and a prawn. Prawn is for the traumatized guy that won't eat.
Doing it again. This time I've noticed.
And it's flooding again, and it's the same guy in the same tank. I reckon he's stuffing food in the pipe in an attempt to kill the other crabs so they stop pissing on him.
Oh. Oh no.
Alright, I'm gonna weigh one.
For you to see how crabs are durable, 2 days without filtered water. Filtered water and food, I'm assuming. That's crazy. It's not just the salt, you can also have all the minerals and stuff in the water that will or can speed up the process. But 2 days to rust metal? Like the entire thing was rusted. It's crazy.
One of the crabs to see if this is working at all. And this guy here was around 638 grams when I first weighed him. One of the smallest. So I hope he has gained some weight.
And?
Oh, yes. 640
100
to
grams?
740.
And at first I thought the weight gain was good, but he's only gained 100 grams. And considering I'm feeding all of them 2 60-gram pieces of fish a day, he hasn't even gained as much weight as a day's worth of food.
Dang.
So I'm not sure where all that weight is going. He must just be shitting it out. He does feel a lot more full though. And no, I'm not misgendering him. I looked at his penis.
Oh,
Nice
what?
cock, dude.
And so far I've actually managed to keep food costs really low. I ran out of caught fish, but I've been feeding them Aussie salmon from the market, which is cheap at like $3 a kilo. And I've gone through like 6 kilos of meat, so that's around $25. But for the amount of weight they gained so far, definitely not worth it.
Oh no. Another great flood. He's on like how because he's blocking the filter. It's gonna be that same crab. Watch.
Alright, I wake up to flooding again, multiple times. So I need to come up with some way to stop that. At first I thought I'd make an overflow
Put mesh. Put mesh on top.
pipe on the drawers running down the side here, but that doesn't actually solve anything, as another piece of food can still get caught in that pipe, and also a pipe will mean I can't open the drawers. So I'm going to try the cheapest solution possible, theft. And I stole 10 of these adapters from Bunnings. And I reckon if I cut a bunch of slots in the side, which will create multiple points for the water to get through, even if the food blocks it, it should work. And look, this floating food can't get in the pipe. And the food floating is probably the main problem, but it doesn't matter. It flooded again. And I wish you could smell my garage right now. As when it flooded, it wasn't only water coming out of it, but crab shit and fish bits.
Smells just disgusting.
And now everything is just covered in a light layer of shit. It's
Ew.
disgusting. But I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to ignore it.
Oh, that would drive me insane. Oh, the smell. I can't. Oh, $3 a kilo. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's a lot of fish. Probably not great fish though. That must smell awful. Oh, this would be so bad. Okay, I actually do like crab ragoons though, based.
Alright, I've been way too fixated on the crabs and keeping them alive, and I didn't pay much attention to the tank below them, until one day it flooded real bad, and that's when I noticed how much other stuff was living in the tank. And I've accidentally created a home for castaways. They must have been on the rocks or water that I stole. First we've got the snails. And to give you an indication of how crap the water in Sydney Harbour is, when I first add the water, they always run up the side of the tanks, but then settle back in.
Oh.
And we got this spirally guy, this weird guy, and a bunch of these black ones. And they clean the algae in the tank, but besides that, they aren't very useful, besides being delicious.
Oh, no.
So maybe I can sell them to some French guys or something. Then we've also got these guys, and I'm not really sure what they are, but luckily I have a fish identification chart.
Fish?
No,
Starfish.
no.
Oh, I was just shoving them in there. Oh.
Circlefish. There's an anemone, which is always waving its arms around and trying to eat stuff, like these tiny crabs, which I'm not sure the species, but compared to mud crabs aren't very impressive, so I don't care. Then there's
This is like the most interesting part. I'm just like, oh my god, like little snails. Oh my god, like little anemone. Oh my god, not eating the snail things. That ugh. Remember this dude is married. I wonder what his wife thinks about this. She's probably like, oh my god, he's so spontaneous. To be honest, he's smart. He generally figures out what to do with things, but he's a little too unhinged. Look, at least there's never a dull moment. Never a dull moment.
Also these little fish. I counted like 6 to 8 of them, which I probably scooped up when doing water changes. And I'm not sure the species, but they're actually pretty beautiful and hang out in a gang under this rock, just chasing each other around and everything else in here. And they must be surviving on the food scraps that the crabs don't eat and mud crab poo. And it's pretty beautiful seeing everything live in peace and equilibrium in this tank when they were all brought together by an accident. And an anemone ate one of the fish.
Uh-oh. Seagull.
Alright, when looking at the footage on the computer, I found something I didn't expect. I was sticking the camera under this rock to see where all the fish were hanging out, and I spotted something.
What is it?
And you can't see it that well, but there is definitely a well-camouflaged animal moving here. It might be like a slug or a snail, but it kind of looks like an octopus. So today's mission is to find out what it is.
Don't tell me
I
it's
was
gonna be
moving
like
rocks around for a couple of minutes and didn't find
venomous.
it, but then it appeared. There's a tiny octopus right there.
Oh my god, he's so little.
I'm gonna try to scoop him up.
Hold up, he's got blue on him. I feel like that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign.
That is a blue ring octopus.
Yep. Yep, that's a blue ring octopus. Yep, those are bad. Those. Don't like the octopus. Nope. Dolphins, silence. So they're can kill you in one strike. And they're just chilling in the harbor? Okay. All right. Cool.
That is a blue ring octopus. Come on, let me scoop you. Come on.
At least he's not grabbing with his bare hands, because I thought that was going to be something he did. Thank goodness. Okay. The octopus is tiny, don't touch it. If it has any colors, don't touch it. Although it got progressively brighter blue the more we looked at it, which is terrifying.
I got it. Oh my god. That is a blue ring. That is a blue ring octopus.
I'm stressed. I would throw out that strainer too. That strainer would be gone. It'd touch the octopus. Nope, that's it. Pack so much venom, the venom is so lethal. You have 1 minute? Is there an anti-venom for it? I would hope. Even if you... I would hope so. Means Australis, of course, in the harbor. That's... Oh my god. You can't even look at the water without something terrifying being in it. Dang. This one doesn't have it? Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Because why would it? You know? Just... Why would it?
It's tiny.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Whoa. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And this is a blue ring octopus, one of the deadliest animals in Australia, capable of sucking off 20 men with a single bite. And apparently they are poisonous as well. And this is insane. He must have been hiding in the rocks I collected, most likely this big cinder block, which means I easily could have put my hand on him and been bitten and killed. So I don't really want to leave him here, as I'm sure he doesn't appreciate the mud crab piss and poo. So I'm going to catch him and return him somewhere safe back in the ocean.
This is a joke, right? He just didn't release him in, like, the small swimming area that's blocked off, right? Like... Okay. Okay. Yeah, I hope...
Here's something I didn't know about crabs. They like to take their clothes off, like frequent. It's called molten, and the smaller ones like this will remove their outer layer every couple of weeks to get bigger. Now when it first started happening, I thought the crab was just dead, but then I came back to 2 crabs in the tank, and sadly I didn't capture the process on camera, but it's like another scene from a horror movie. It literally pulls its own face off and then they crawl out of their own body, leaving behind their eyes, gills, and mouth. And it's probably one of the dumbest evolutionary things I've ever seen. Firstly, they can barely move while they are molting. Then the process kills them some of the time. And then, if it does work, they come out with soft shells, making them perfect for a Malaysian man to eat.
Ugh. Ugh. No, thank you.
The crabs really didn't consider this before evolving. Also, because these crabs are under a year old and technically minors without clothes on, I'm going to refrain from looking at them while they're molting.
What?
And this means the fattening process is working, and they are putting on weight, which is very good.
Okay. I mean, that's
Okay,
cool.
I feel like an idiot.
Yeah, I know about the rockfish. Rockfish cases you survive if you have some with you because the venom causes paralysis. Yeah, I've heard about rockfish before. Or no, stonefish? Is it stonefish? So I think stonefish is a terrifying one too.
For not knowing this, but the molting process is the most important thing for weight gain. So after this guy shed his shell, he was super hungry and was eating like 2 pieces of food a day and really fattened out, which makes sense, as obviously they can't gain weight, their shell is restricting them. So that's why they didn't gain that much weight before. I needed them to molt. And apparently, according to the internet, the juveniles molt 1 to 2 weeks, but mine are already pretty big, which explains why it took him so long to molt. But I'm still happy, as after molting in 10 days, he looks significantly bigger. But I'll find out his weight at the end.
Let's go.
Everything is going really well. The depressed big guy at the top finally ate some food. And another crab I got from the creek molted. And the crabs from the market are still eating, but not as much. So maybe they are getting prepared to molt or something. I'm also having a lot of fun looking after them, ignoring how bad my garage smells. And I've kind of become obsessed. I really just want to see how big I can make these crabs now.
Okay. Day 90.
I'm completely obsessed. I'm the crab guy now. All I talk and think about are my crabs. If someone comes over, the first thing I ask them is, hey, you want to see my crabs?
Oh, Alexa, come look at my crabs.
It smells so bad, dude. It's actually the whole house smells. Like someone did a poo inside a dead fish.
And that's the worst thing. I can't even smell them anymore. It's only the other people that notice, which means I'm walking around probably smelling like a crab.
Oh my god, the whole house smells like, well, because the door is open, I guess. But dang, you gotta get no ventilation that doesn't like air out at all. The whole house, right? I wonder if mud crabs are a species that eat their shells after molting. Oh, I wonder. Imagine the stench. No, like if you don't change, like the closest thing I can think of is if you don't change the cat litters every day, or you just like forget one night and just like you walk out and walk back in, you're like, oh god, it smells like cat pee. Like, but that's like. You change it and then change the litter and then it's fine. First time chat, would you like to see my crabs? That'd be kind of a base first time chat. I'm not gonna lie.
And this process is still going really well. I've had all 3 of my crabs from the creek molt, but the market crabs still haven't. And that's either because the creek ones are just healthier or like taking their clothes off more. So I reckon I'm gonna feed them for 1 more week to fill them up and then I might sell them.
Final day.
All right, I've had these crabs in my garage for 100 days now. And besides the constant piss smell, I kinda love it. They all have unique personality. For example, this one tries to bite me, and this one tries to bite me even more. And I've also learnt a lot about myself in the process. For example, that I like crabs.
Oh.
And I am slightly sad they have to go, but it's time to weigh them and sell them and get some money. And
He's filtering the water, but is he changing it? I know he said he changed it once, but I don't know if he's doing it regularly. I mean, they have to go all day. I'm sure, and then it's filtering from one to the other, so I'm sure it's you'd have to change it every day for it to even remotely smell decent, I'm sure.
First up, we have the big lethargic guy whose initial weight was 1,077 grams. And after 3 months of work, I have gained a massive 76 grams.
Not bad.
Not good. Next, we have the feisty guy who was 759 grams, so I'm hoping for a little more, if I can get him to let go of the bucket.
It's funny that once they grab one thing, they don't let go. It seems kind of like a design flaw.
And he is now 861 grams, a gain of 102 grams. So far I am not making much money. Okay, number 3 was originally 638 grams, the smallest, but he is molted and definitely looks much bigger. So I'm hopeful. And this is amazing. He has more than doubled in weight and is
Wow.
now 717 grams heavier.
Wow.
Okay, and then I'm skipping to the last guy who was 792 grams, but hasn't molted and still looks small. And he is 907 grams. So in total, we have gained 2,269 grams,
Okay.
which is not that much, but I don't know how much that is worth until we sell them. And if I take in all the other costs, 610
Yeah, he's saying not big growth, but that seems like massive to me. I don't know.
dollars plus electricity for the filter and heater for 4 months, which is 150 plus my labor, I don't think I've made any money. Alright, I still haven't sold them. I keep delaying it as I feel a bit bad, but since I'm not legally allowed to release them back into the nature since I farm them now, which was a mistake I learned after my video called How Many Fish Does It Take to Pull a Boat, which I received a $3,000 fine, I've decided I'm going to keep 5 of them and sell
Oh.
the smallest 5, which I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do, so I'm going to find someone who doesn't care.
Oh.
And selling them was actually a very stressful experience for me. Watching my babies being weighed, not knowing if I actually made any money or not.
Aw, I kind of feel bad. Imagine raising something for 100 days and then just like selling it for food. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. As a percentage of body weight was a good amount. Yeah, I was gonna say. So he's netting losses. Oh, I mean that sucks, but I feel like it was a lot for crab weight. Aw.
That went so much better than I thought it would. I got
Oh.
$576 for my 5 crabs. And this only happened as not only had the overall mud crab weight gone up by like 50%, but the price of mud crabs had more than doubled in the months I had them, going
Oh.
from $45 a kilo to $85 a kilo, which means the 5 mud crabs I sold were worth $300 more than the 7
Wow.
I originally bought from the market. And this is something I really didn't consider in this experiment, was that mud crabs are actually a speculative asset, just like Bitcoin or gold. In fact, my mud crabs actually went up in price more than Bitcoin over the same period. So let's
Oh.
go over the cost. The original 7 crabs I bought, plus parts, foods, and electricity, was $960, not including my 3 months of labor. The profit on the 5 crabs I sold was $398. Even though this sounds good, if we subtract the profit from the costs, I'm still $562 in the hole. So this crab dinner was very expensive, but technically my crabs did go up in value. So should you make a mud crab farm in your garage? Probably not. For 3 months of work, you were definitely better off growing drugs. And I think the only reason those Indonesian men online can make it profitable is firstly because their labor costs are low. They also use cheap scrap fish, but most importantly, they know what they're doing. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, he ate them. I was like, oh, I'd be so sad, like, you know, selling them off to be eaten. But he just straight up cooked them. Okay.
If you like that, please subscribe and check out some of my other stuff.
That's so sad. I would be, I don't know. I feel like I'd be heartbroken. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any recommendations for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comments below.